Hi, I'm Magri. I'm the juice fast doula. If you haven't been here before, I've juice fasted for 120 days and 40 days millions of times, and I've coached 2,000 plus people through their juice fast as well. And today I've just come from a live juicing masterclass, so I'm surrounded by good old juices at the moment, and I wanted to bring you guys a video on something that I touched on with the other group, and I wanted to read you some of my notes about how long you should go, the benefits of going 7 days, the benefits of going 30 days, and the benefits of going 60 and 90. It's a little bit sporadic, it's a little bit note-taking. I've focused on, you know, body, mind and spirit, not so much the science behind it, but more the feelings and that kind of thing. So a lot of people think, oh, why bother with 7 days when there are people doing like 2100 and year-long juice fasts and stuff like that. And it can be a really good entry point, basically, you know. It's doable, it feels real, and you know, it gives the digestive tract a rest, and your bloating drops, your inflammation drops, you get hydration at a cellular level. It just gets in there. I always liken it to like just to getting in there, all those little biophotons, all those living light particles from the juice getting in there, and they're working where they need to work, you know. So hydration at a cellular level. Your taste buds start to reset as well. Sugar and salt cravings weaken. This can be a little bit skewed because if you've got something going on in your liver or your kidneys from before, or you've hammered the booze in your life, or hammered the things like we all do, that can also start to throw up salt cravings, mineral deficiencies, and you kind of, the juices bring it to light, basically. Your energy usually stabilizes after about day 4, so that's good. And if you're only going 7 days, you're usually of that mindset, right, I can eat in a week, it's fine. So your body doesn't tend to get you into any kind of processes as such. You know, it can do, it depends where you're at in your journey, in your health journey. Your skin brightens, your eyes clear, you get less food noise, so your mental chatter starts to clear, get a sense of clarity. I had a lady that used to do a 3-day juice fast just to get through her paperwork at work. So, you know, it works. All little tools for your toolkit, you know. Your emotional awareness begins to surface. So depending on where you're at with that, that can be really intense, or just really fun to play with. This is also a good amount of time to stop sort of compulsive eating loops. So I don't know about you, but I definitely used to get into this, like, I don't know, if I'd fancy something and I'd eat it for a week, or I was obsessed with it like that, I would eat what I would eat in the day, and then I would eat that as well, and I'd have to have that, and I'd be so bloated and so full, and there was no stop button kind of thing. So this really helps to like break that kind of stuff, you know. And it reconnects you with your body's signals, so you might not have even, you know, noticed. You'll think like hunger cues, what you think are hunger cues is your body recalibrating, and all your intestines shrinking back down to the normal size, where they don't have to digest all this strange food, especially if you're coming from a standard diet, you know. So yeah, you get a kind of sense of a clean slate, which is nice, and a taste of, I can do hard things, you know. You realize, oh, I can actually do this. I can do 7 days, like I'm badass, you know. So you get a little taste of that fasting consciousness as well. So this is great for beginners, busy parents, burnt out people who are skeptical of juice fasting and what it can do. And it gives a sense of something's changed and I want a little bit more of that, you know. So yeah, after 21 days, it stops being a bit of fun, bit of a diet, and it becomes a bit of a process. You get deeper detoxification pathways start engaging. Mucus elimination increases, sinuses, lungs, guts, everywhere it's coming out, you know. Your lymphatic movement improves. Hormonal signaling begins to rebalance, and old inflammatory patterns often reduce as well. Old emotional layers emerge, so you start sort of processing, and things just come up, you know, things come up in different ways or get shown to you in different ways. Or I particularly had a lot of dreams on my first fast and was bringing things to light. Not so much after that was it dreams, it was more brought in my physical life, you know, deal with this. So yeah, old grief, anger, fatigue, especially if we've not been looking after ourselves, especially if we've not been given ourselves even an hour to sustain and nourish ourselves of the day, you know. You get increased emotional honesty, which can be good and bad for some people. Your thinking and your intuition is clearer as well. And your cravings, you kind of know that they're psychological now, not physical. And that is a process to work through as well. It's a very strong introspective stage, 21 days. Your ego starts to soften a little bit. Your identity starts to loosen a little bit. And I love the word discombobulating, but it is, sometimes it is. You get heightened intuition and vivid dreams, and you get a sense of feeling guided by the body rather than just the mind. This is best for people ready to feel the juice fast, you know, feel the power, not just a little cleanse. So you get a sense of, I met myself properly on 21 days, you know. So 30 days, 30 to 40. This is a good one to go for. People always ask me as well, like, why did you do 40 days with Shane? And I think it's because Jesus did 40 days fasting. I think that's why he did it. But that's why it started off like that. And I think that's how long he did. But now, through my research and coaching and clients and noting all of this stuff, you know, it's a good point. It's a good stage to go to. So yeah, 30 to 40 days, I've called it the repatterning threshold. So you get deeper tissue detoxification at this point. Old weight patterns often release, improved insulin sensitivity, your nervous system calms down, stronger kidney and lymph filtration rhythms. Key part of a juice fast is having kidneys and lymph that are filtering. So your energy becomes a little bit steadier. It's not spiky. You're in your flow. You're in the juice flow. Your emotional neutrality increases. So you become quite just okay. Just okay with everything. Oh, okay. It's kind of like water off a duck's back. And old habits start to loosen their grip. A lot of people can give up coffee by this point on a juice fast. You become less reactive and you have more spaciousness as well. Increased confidence and self-trust. And a detachment starts to happen from some old identities that aren't serving you, you know. You start to, oh, is this job for me? Oh, is this friendship circle for me? Oh, are these people lifting me up? Or what are they doing, you know? Is this area serving me the best? Yeah, just everything. You start to sort of detach from things. So yeah, you get a sense of feeling clean inside. You don't just feel light like you do with the shorter fasts. You start to get a deep trust in simplicity as well. You know, going outside for a walk would be like much more amazing than, yeah, an average day. Everything's a little bit more twinkly. And you get a strong connection to your inner intuition and your inner authority. Day 60. I've called this the deep terrain shift. So this is advanced fasting territory, not for the dabblers. You get a deep, deep lymphatic and tissue level detox here. Long-standing symptoms may start to shift as well. Your cellular efficiency improves. Nervous system regulation deepens. Your body becomes exceptionally responsive to subtle inputs. You might find yourself hermiting a little bit on the you know, around here, or just wanting to be with the trees, you know. My cat's at the window. See him. You'll have to wait, mate. Yeah, subtle inputs. So yeah, protect your peace. Emotional clarity, you don't get so much overwhelm now. Nothing really overwhelms you too much. Sometimes you might get a bout of emotions that you're processing, which can be overwhelming. They, you know, they do kind of die off by a certain point, but they, between 40 and 60, they're there, you know. Your emotional clarity, oh yeah, emotional clarity, no overwhelm. Old trauma responses soften. So you start to notice, you start to soften with yourself, start to forgive yourself, start to forgive others. And you have a strong presence and grounded, calm aura to you. It was weird for me. You get reduced attachment to external stimulations. So yeah, TikTok, things like that, you know, just things that stimulate your dopamine quickly. You just don't want anything like that, or just anything that doesn't align with you anymore. Your sense of inner authority solidifies, less ego identification, you get a deep trust, and life feels quieter and slower, more meaningful, and you definitely feel like you're not the same person. And then when we get on to 90 days, the spiritual initiation, I've called this one. This is not a fast, it's a rite of passage. You get profound systemic cleansing, deep recalibration of hunger, satiety, rhythm. Your body feels efficient, light, precise. You just feel like you got that secret sauce. You get a strong sensitivity to food quality afterwards. So that is, you can kind of, that's where I developed my taste for organic celery. I didn't even like celery when I started this juice fast years ago. Couldn't stand it. And then I started juicing with not organic, and then I changed to organic, and the taste, it was like butter, and now I really love celery. So yeah, you do get a really strong sensitivity to food quality, and you can smell stuff on food and smell it on people, and you are up there smelling. It is bizarre. You get a deep sense of peace. Again, you're really neutral emotionally, and just minimal reactivity. I'm laughing because I'm thinking back to that time, and like my mum died, and you know, I was just so cool, like just not cool with it, but accepting and knowing, and I knew, and I could feel her, and I could sense it was the right thing, and yeah, just that knowing, you know. A clear life vision often emerges. So this is, you know, I quantum leap timelines myself. I always say that, you know, I'm so far away from where I was now. It's quite bizarre. And anyone that knows me personally probably thinks exactly the same. If you'd have told them that I was going to be the clean eating, detoxing, no drinking, no drug taking person, I think they'd all laugh at you. But there we go. So yeah, quantum leap timelines. You have a detachment from any drama or urgency or noise. Everything is on your timeline. Your ego, you go through ego dissolution phases at this point daily. You have a deep surrender and trust, and you have a sense of being led rather than forcing life. You're feeling really aligned with something much larger than yourself. Some have reported like mystical experiences. I looking back now, I'm thinking like there was a couple of times, one notably quite early on in my juice fast actually. I think it was between 20 and 40 or something like that. And I went outside, and now, looking back now, it was like just everything was twinkly, you know, everything was beautiful, the people looked beautiful. It was, the sun was out, the houses are twinkling, I'm walking along and I'm smiling at everyone, you know. Just like, it was bizarre, but it was like a mystical experience to me. But it was like I could see the love and the good in everyone and everything, every inanimate object, everything. I could just feel it. It was just, oh, I get goosebumps talking about it now. It was just lovely. You get an altered sense of time as well. Time kind of slows down a bit or speeds up, whatever you want. You get a deep gratitude and reverence for your body, for what you've put it through in its younger years, or, you know, just even down to like breastfeeding, and, you know, the lumps and the bumps and the stretch marks and things. You know, you just become in love with your body for what it is and what it's got you through, and just thank its lucky stars that, you know, it's got you this far, you know, especially what I put my body through. So yeah, you get a deep feeling of, this changed my whole relationship with life. And I did, and it was profound. So yeah, that's the days. How much I think you should do a juice fast for, or just gauge how you want to feel, what you want to happen, and just, yeah, take note and, yeah, see what works for you. See what tool you want to take out of your toolkit and use. But yeah, okay, bye.